Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy. Coming back at you with some more Fear Honor, not actual gameplay. We're talking, there's gameplay in the background, but we're just going to be, having ourselves a bit of a chit chat. You guys like to see when I do this. And this was one that actually just stemmed just over, pretty much every single video that I make and every time I stream For Honor. At least once, but usually on multiple times, I get this exact same message from a bunch of different people. It's never just like the same person either. It's always a bunch of people coming in saying it. And it's literally, how do you still enjoy For Honor? And I guess they're just assuming this because I'm someone who, if you guys don't know, over the course of the history of the game, I have, in fact, played it since the game came out. Was as soon as it was launched. I tried to play it on beta, but my computer was equivalent of an Etch-a-Sketch, so it couldn't run it, and it was a piece of shit. But I did play it on launch, and I've probably made over 1,000 videos. I say probably, but it's actually more like definitely. And people wonder if I still play the game. And the main reason is money. JK. That was a joke. That was a joke. Please listen. Okay. It does help though. But in general, a lot of people seem to be having issues and stuff, when playing the game, having fun with it. And it's not always like, how do you still have fun? They always are just like, saying things like that they don't like about the game, etc., etc., etc. And obviously, if you play a game enough for a long enough amount of time, you're gonna find things that are wrong with it, that are gonna upset you, and that may hinder your experience. But in general, in this video, I just want to talk about a couple things. Why I still enjoy it. The things that I enjoy, and maybe, what even to do if you don't enjoy it, right? Because, there is options. So I think first off, I'll talk about the things that, if you don't enjoy the game, what you could probably do. I'll tell you the first thing that you could probably do is take a break. Go ahead. If you're having a rough game, right, you'll load in, you see it's 4 fucking griffins or whatever. You're like, it's probably not going to be a good time. But did you guys know if you leave in the first 30 seconds of a match, you will not have a matchmaking penalty? Remember that. But if you decide to play it out and you get absolutely molly-whopped and you're, getting a little bit heated, just go ahead, hit the quit to desktop button and just stop playing for a little bit. No sense in increasing your anger levels. It is fine to take a break from the game. Hey, doesn't even need to be, you can even play a couple hours later and maybe your entire mood will be changed. But hey, even if it's for the day, go ahead and do that. Also, if you're really not enjoying the game at any point, any single time you play it, hey, there's an uninstall button, right? There's no need to force yourself to go ahead and do it. But, as Tyler One has once said, the game's fucking trash, but, I can't stop because I'm addicted. Things like that. So I can understand that as well. But in general, if you're not enjoying it, don't force yourself to do it. But I will talk about why I enjoy it and things that I think potentially can make the game more enjoyable for you guys to play. Well, first off, you gotta say, I don't think anyone's ever said that it isn't, but For Honor is probably one of the most unique games that I have ever played. There's plenty of medieval games out there, but there is no medieval game that is like For Honor. People always say, one of the main reasons is, everyone will come into stuff and say, like, wow, playing dead game, but really For Honor has not died. And the main reason it hasn't died is because there's nothing that has come as a predecessor, or successor, that's the one after, to take its place. People talk about things, like Chivalry and Mordhau, and they're really just not as similar as you would think to the actual game, other than the fact of it being a medieval fighting game. First off, you can say, whoever designed the combat system in this game, that guy's guy, girl, robot, goddamn genius, okay? The combat system in this game is one of the most unique things in any type of fighting game. It's not like a traditional fighting game where you have to input certain combos like that, and you have to string together those things with in button presses like that. But it's super unique as to where you don't really see this type of thing in any other game, which is one of the main things that kind of drew me into the game and was able to keep me playing throughout. So whoever created the combat system in general, it's because it's very fun and it's got a very nice flow to it. There's things about the combat system, obviously, that need to get changed. But the idea and the concept of it itself is actually insane. So whoever did that, good on ya. Then you got other things in the game, right? The fact that you are able to just play different characters from all around, the world and from different time periods is something that I think is pretty cool. A lot of the times, too, in those games like Chivalry and Mordhau, you don't really get offered too much variety other than things like knights. You can kind of do Viking-ish, samurai-type builds and stuff. I've done that before with, Mordhau videos and stuff, doing, a warlord-type build with, a short sword and a shield and things like that. But in general, being able to have Just characters from the Knights, characters from the Vikings, from the Samurai, and then from the Wulin is actually really, really cool because you don't usually see them intermingling with each other. And, personally, like I've said before, I would have liked it to have like no faction system so they could just go hog wild and just create stuff from whatever it is. But I digress on that situation. That is one of the really, really good things. And then, just in general, I think we can all kind of agree that this game has really come down to being a fashion contest. Let me tell you, some people do complain about certain armors and stuff, being bad or whatnot. But at the end of the day, a lot of the shit in this game looks really, really nice. Maps look nice. Characters look nice. You can make some really, really cool fits. And let me tell you, just when you make that new outfit or you get that final piece you've been getting to make that outfit and you just show it off to people and then someone types in, he's like, wow, dude, sheesh even. That drip is very nice. That's a good feeling, okay? So trying to make all of your characters look nice is almost like a mini game in itself for me. So that's what I care about probably the most in the entire game. And what I find fun is like every time they add in new armor or new materials and stuff, I always want to try to make combinations with it to make my characters look better. But you might be saying, well, yeah, Tony, that's cool to have your character look good, but it doesn't necessarily help out with the gameplay. And that, I will say, I understand. So in general, I think when playing any game of any sort, really, solo queuing is always probably the least fun option. Obviously, if you like playing solo, hey, all the power to you. But playing with friends, I think in any game can improve your experience, even if you're all getting mad, but at least you're mad with company. And then a lot of people will probably be like, Tony, I don't have friends, which is a relatable situation, I understand. But if you ever do play the game, or you maybe found yourself not having fun with the game, I would recommend trying to, play with friends. Even if you don't have any to really play with, if you just play solo, maybe you meet someone who's actually chill in matchmaking, and you're like, hey, want to squad up for some games? And maybe they'll say yeah, or maybe they'll say no, fuck you, you smell, go shower, and then you'll cry, but that's what you're going to do anyway. So that is an option that you can do, and I find myself when playing For Honor, I usually like recording by myself just so I can, talk a little bit better and stuff, and don't have other voices and stuff distracting me from, keeping my thoughts going. But anytime I stream, you'll see pretty much always in like some sort of 4-stack, just because, again, it's nicer to be with people, to talk with them. You don't have to worry about if someone's going to, just jump off the top of a building and kill themselves in the game. So that's, relying on solo queue teammates has never been a fun thing, but just if you have that option, I would say recommend doing that because it is definitely more fun than playing solo, and I think that can be attested for pretty much any multiplayer game in general. And another thing just in general is to finding like the game mode that actually suits you the most. If you guys have watched my channel, just in general, I probably for the first 2 years, I pretty much only played duels in this game. It's because it was something I liked. I liked 1v1s. I liked proving that, I was able to outperform my opponent. And that was like back when Kensei and stuff was super, super bad. He was like one of the worst characters in the game. And it just felt super satisfying when I was able to get, a W off someone who was, the character was considered much better. And I was able to outplay them and outmaneuver them in certain situations. But it got to a point where I was like, damn, my hands are getting too sweaty. My ass is getting too sweaty. My blood pressure is going through the roof. My stress levels are rising. And I just didn't really enjoy doing duels anymore. But instead of just playing duels and, kind of just suffering through it because that's what I knew, I was like, you know what? I haven't been playing much Dominion. Let's go ahead and give it a try. And turns out I actually really enjoyed Dominion. So maybe if you do have like a main game and you want to just, at least get something fresh, go ahead and swap up to something different. We have game modes. Unfortunately, not all of them are populated. So, if you're like, hey, you want to give a tribute a try, that's probably not going to work. But you can always try things like Duel, Brawl, Breach, and Dominion are probably the most populated ones. In general, I'm not a huge fan of like Breach either, just because of how long the game mode is. But hey, maybe if I get bored of Dominion at some point, maybe I'll become a Breach player. Who the heck knows? So I just found that I ended up enjoying the team aspect more of it. And I found like new loves for it and was able to kind of, I guess, hone my skills a little bit better because I was pretty good at in the 1v1 scenarios and stuff. But then when people went and ganked me, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Probably still don't know what I'm doing. But now like target swapping and just doing cool moves like that is really, really fun. And just being able to like anti-gank situations, it's very, very satisfying. Winning pretty much in any game is satisfying. But when you lose, it is very not satisfying. It sucks, some would even say. But just those moments that do happen when, you're able to pull off, I guess a quote-unquote Faram moment or something. Stuff like that is what really, really is what I enjoy when playing the game, and it kind of keeps me coming back because it's like, oh, I did that. Maybe I can do it again. I also do like a majority of the characters and stuff. I find myself in situations on a lot of games where I really only end up gravitating towards a couple characters, but I think in this game I've, kind of branched out a little bit more and found more characters that I actually enjoy and that are different enough and unique enough to where, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily the same thing every single time I'm playing, even though the mode is essentially the same thing every single time. I still feel like I'm getting a little bit of a different experience when I'm playing and stuff, and running different combinations with like feats and stuff can also help you out with that. So I find that it's able to help keep me fresh, and just in general, maybe the most important thing that has kept me having fun on this game is, just playing it in moderation. I said earlier, if you aren't having fun, just go ahead, quit the game, or, even uninstall if it's really just every single time you play you're not having fun. But in general, I've seen a lot of different content creators throughout the year, and people even still to this day who really only just end up playing this single game. And I never find that that's healthy for, I guess, your mental even. But in general, I've never been one who can just, get on a game and then just play it for, 8+ hours every single day and then constantly be having fun. That just tires me out. Pretty much any game I play, if I'm going at it for like maybe more than 4 hours, I'm like exhausted mentally. Maybe that's just because I'm a boomer, but in general, I think you have to find different stuff to satiate your mind. Otherwise, you're going to end up going crazy looking at the same thing over and over and over again. And that's why I found, a good amount of people probably got burnt out on the game and ended up quitting because it was really the only one that they were playing. So even if it's not another game that you found that you've enjoyed, things, if you end up liking YouTube or, finding a show that you like, that when you are done with playing the game, you can go ahead and do that. It makes it to be a, pretty good situation because like I said, I don't play too much of it. I'd say daily, sometimes I don't even play on a day. But like if I'm streaming, I'll maybe stream, 3 to 4 hours. And maybe if I have to record later, that's maybe another hour or so. So at max, I'm probably doing maybe 5 hours in a single day. But like I said, on other days, I might not play because, you got to do it in moderation. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy it. And then when you come back after maybe like a day or two, or maybe even took like a week break, it'll start to feel a little bit more fresh for you and stuff. And obviously with feeling fresh is with new content, and content has been one of the things that I think we do need to improve on, and I've talked about that in other videos, but we are planning to get some more content here in the next few weeks. I think when this goes up, I think the Battle Pass has like 2 weeks left in it, so I'm not exactly sure when the season will go live, but I think it's when the Battle Pass ends. But in general, when I'm saying this, I'd say if you are having trouble, enjoying For Honor still or whatnot, I'd say at least maybe wait out until then. Don't even just stress yourself playing the game right now. Wait till the new content comes out. Hopefully it's like a fresh look for you. And then you might, find yourself enjoying it, because that's what I look forward to. Just don't overdo it is really, at the end of the day, my main answer from when people ask me, how do I still enjoy this game? And again, like I said, even though it is like 2/3 of my revenue and income, I still thought it was, it's still a unique enough game that I enjoy playing it. And I wouldn't play something if I honestly didn't enjoy it at all, because why go through life just hating the things you're doing, right? Video games are supposed to be fun and often an escape for people. So when you're escaping to it and it's giving you more stress than your fucking work is or whatever, then I think that might be an issue. So always keep that in mind. I just wanted to make this video to talk about it because I get asked it a lot, and I think it's a pretty interesting conversation, especially for games that have gone on for, years and years and years, as this one is in its 5th year of its life cycle. So, let me know what you guys think. Post in the comments. I'd like to see, what you do when you're not having fun on the game, or what you do, to have fun on the game and certain things like that. I'd just like to read your stuff in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to all it. So if you did enjoy this, drop a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys are staying safe, and looking forward to our next chat over here. So I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.